Hey guys, Iron Wolf here, back with another Hyrule Conquest video. Today I wanted to talk about something that I kind of honestly, really stumbled across randomly on my stream the other day. It's actually an extremely effective strategy with the Gohma. Um, However, using Agitha as the hero, which is a hero you don't really see with the Gohma. Usually with the Gohma you'll see Solkaris almost all the time. Sometimes you will see, the matriarch, but 9 out of 10 matches with the Gohma, you're going to see Solkaris. But I was messing around a little bit, and I came across this this crazy strategy that I think is actually really effective, and it works against most matchups, especially against the Hylians, which is actually one of the few factions that can reliably pretty much shut down the Gohma's rushes in the early game. Hyrule, especially King Kazakh mainly, completely invalidates the Gohma Caretaker Rush. So I think this strategy in particular will do really good against the Hylians and just every matchup in general, for the most part. And it's really interesting, and you don't really see Agitha a lot, so that's pretty cool. So let's get into it real quick. Pull up the replay. I think, yeah, that's the one. Alright, cool. This strategy is really crazy, so bear with me. Alright, you see here, using Agitha as our hero. Let's talk about what Agitha does. So, Constructor, she is able to build any Gohma building, which is really handy. So she basically doubles as a builder. Voice of the Gohma, Agitha can trade with allied markets, which is really handy. So you can use her as a merchant unit if you want to. And then her last ability is called Maternal Instincts. It's +3 non-magic armor to all larva. And this is basically anything that you can train right out of here. Immediately out of egg, if that makes sense. Like the first cast of units that come out of eggs are considered larva units. So all of these units, these 5 right here, are considered larva. So she gives +3 non-magic armor to those. So that's pretty cool. But you see here, I'm going for a very standard opener with the Gohma. Getting my early 5 workers right there going onto the wood, along with the vacuole. Now if you'll notice over here, this is one of the unique things I'm doing with the strategy. I'm actually using my soldier larva to push the sand seals over to this area right here. Not just the sand seals over here, but the ones over here, down here. I'm trying to push them to this area right here, because we're going to expand a little bit down here towards the oasis in a second. So after I get these first 5, and the vacuole, these first 5 are going onto the wood, as you see right here. And then my Gohma Queen's planting about 4 eggs, and these are going to be turned into hive larvae. And usually you would maybe try to rush with these if you're going for a traditional caretaker rush, but actually here we're going to have these hive larvae in just a moment go onto the bushes. So as soon as those come out, have them on the bushes. So you see here, as soon as the hive keeper finishes the vacuole, he's going to come over here and work on this hive node, and then immediately get an extractor. You're going to want to get this extractor down here by the oasis where all these bushes and all the dead sand seals that your soldier larvae are kind of pushing over there. Now with the soldier larvae, you don't have to completely push them over there. Just try to kind of push them in that direction and kill them, because you're going to see what's going to happen and you'll see why. Also, something I should note, we are abusing the hell out of the Gohma population cap glitch with the strategy, so keep that in mind. The strategy probably won't be nearly as effective once that gets patched out. But you see here, as soon as the Gohma Queen is done planting these 4, and those 4 hive larvae are going onto the bushes, she's coming down here where the hive keeper is actually building this extractor. I'm sorry, the what's it called? Okay, yeah, it's an extractor. I blanked out for a second. She's coming down here and just planting a whole bunch of eggs, and all these eggs are going to be turned into hive larvae. And the moment these hive larvae are done, they're all going onto the bushes, the sand seals, just whatever kind of food there is down here. You see here, still pushing these sand seals close to the extractor, but you see here, she's just building a whole bunch of these, just constantly producing eggs. You want to usually at this point too, make sure, before you get too many eggs down, you want to make sure you get Agitha out, because soon you're going to be going way over the pop cap and you'll pretty much never get a chance to get her. So at around this point you may want to try to get her. So you see here, I'm a little over the population, but I'm building a house here so that I can get just back up to 28 out of 30 so that I can train Agitha. So you kind of want to do that at this point. It's really, really effective. But yeah, you see here I'm getting these hive larvae onto the bushes and the sand seals, just anything that I can use to get food. Alright, you see as soon as that goes up, I'm going to get Agitha. And I'm using my hive keeper to actually help production of the eggs here, because this helps me produce eggs so much faster. It's just so much faster. But yeah, we're just going to constantly be producing eggs and turning them into hive larvae as we produce them. You see here I'm just planting more right away. We have all this food at this point because we have these workers down here. And we have these ones up in the back over here. Yeah, you see here, look at that. Already got 10 down here. All these hive larvae are going to be going onto the bushes and sand seals down there. Still producing more though. Alright, Agitha's going to come out. Just a second. And yep, there she is. You see Agitha here riding her little hive keeper. She's actually, because of her ability to where she can double as a builder, she's actually going to help us with building some of these eggs. So you're basically having 3 units build eggs right now, and this is extremely effective because you can build eggs, you can get eggs out 3 times faster. It's so much, oh, it's so nice. They don't even have to be working on the same one like they are here. You can have them on separate ones, which end up happening later. But yeah, you see here, just queuing up more eggs with the queen. And yep, Agitha and the hive keeper just going between the eggs. Just constantly producing hive larvae, just non-stop. Look at all these hive larvae we've got right here already on the bushes. And look at our food. We're still constantly getting more food. Still pushing the sand seals pretty close to the extractor. And still producing more eggs. Look at this. We're getting like, that was like close to 10 of these hive larvae within like 15 seconds. It's really good. So we're getting all these eggs right here. And we have the resources to do this because hive larvae are very cheap. As you see here, whoops, wrong egg. Oh, well, I'll pick one that's not producing one in a second to show you. 25 food. So they're basically 35 food for these because it's 10 food to place an egg and then 25 to build a hive larva. So that's a 35 resource creature. And look at, and you're getting all this food. Now, once your bushes over here run out, you're going to want to put these harvesters onto the wood because hive larvae can't gather wood, they can only gather food. So the ones that were back here, so you see we're putting on the cuckoos over here, while these ones are going to help out onto the wood. But you see here, still producing more hive larvae. So many hive larvae down here, there's 38 already at about 5.5 minutes. It's so strong, and we're still producing more non-stop. Look at this. Non-stop producing hive larvae. You see I'm sending some over here to start gathering from these sand seals. These are very fast units, so you know, even if they're not too close to your or the sand seals, even if they're not too close to your extractor, that's fine. These hive larvae are still very effective at yeah, see gather rate of 0.6 food per second. Very good. So you see here how many we have at this point. Almost 50, 60 hive larvae in under 6 minutes. This is very good. And we're still constantly producing more here. You see here with Agitha and the hive keeper, I don't quite know what this queen was doing over there, but still constantly queuing up these eggs and just having Agitha and the hive keeper get onto the eggs and just keep building them non-stop. You see, we are basically being food positive with every egg we plant. Pretty much for every egg we are planting, we are going to reap like 4 times the amount of food we paid for it because of how effective these hive larvae are at gathering food. You see all these bushes down here are already depleted. They're gathering some from over there. Even over here, like some of these bushes and the sand seals over here, just all these sand seals along this coast right here are just getting completely just gathering all the food from that. You see these ones back here still gathering from these cuckoos, still producing eggs non-stop. We've got so many hive larvae at this point. It's crazy. It's like an infestation right here. All just going across all here, gathering all this food. Now, this is very difficult to deal with as any faction this early in the game. This is it's quite crazy to see in action actually, because usually you will go for caretakers, and as you see here, this is more, you know, I wouldn't say mid-game, but definitely more laid back compared to most Gohma rushes. Most Gohma rushes, you have the safe caretaker rush, which takes about 6 minutes, and then you have the super aggressive one, which takes about 4 minutes. But this one you see here, like we hit 7.5 minutes, and we're still just chilling, gathering food, producing hive larvae. How many are we at right now? Let's count. 88 hive larvae. We're close to 100 hive larvae at about 7.5 minutes. This is insane. Still producing more. How many are we at right now? Oops, I didn't quite see that. Yeah, 97. We're at 100 hive larvae and this short amount of time. And look at this. Look at how many there are. They're just going back and forth, gathering all these sand seals and everything. Still producing more non-stop. Where is the queen? I do not know where the Gohma queen is right now. Oh, I have... Wait, no. What the heck? I don't know where the Gohma queen is. I know she didn't die. But, yeah, see, still producing these eggs over here. Getting more out. How many do we have now? 105 hive larvae. You see, we are going very, very much over the population cap. But as I mentioned earlier, this strategy is heavily abusing this this population cap glitch with the eggs. Oh, there's the queen. I don't know what the queen's doing, but she's kind of doing her own thing. But you see, still producing hive larvae out of these eggs non-stop, and having Agitha and the hive keeper just keep building them. Look at that. Goodness gracious. You see we have some up here gathering from these bushes. Pretty much gathering all, we've pretty much got all the sand seals and bushes from right here, and then they're moving up some over here, getting some of the sand seals from over there. This is very, very, very difficult to deal with for a lot of factions right now. Because look at this, who's going to challenge this at 9 minutes in the game? 120 hive larvae, pretty much. Like, that is insane. Let's look at some of their stats real quick. So the hive larva, he has 60 health. He has a melee attack of 4 pierce at a rate of 1 per second. His armor is 7 hack, 7 pierce, and 5 crush. This is actually pretty good, like, for what you're paying to get. This is actually very good for a unit. Also, that combined with Agitha's buff, like, let's see here. Yeah. I'll try to pick one that's within her aura later so I can show you guys. But so she's basically giving them +3 to all of these. So she's giving them 10 hack armor, 10 pierce, and 8 crush. That is very good. That's very, very good for having this many at this point in the game. You see here we're still producing so many more eggs. Yeah, 11 more hive larvae coming right back out. Look at this. This is crazy, man. Like, it's like having 3 basically having 3 unit creators right here, as well as all these hive larvae out here gathering food. Look how much food we have right now. Like, we can, oh, it's crazy. Now, when you do go for the attack later, which we will be going for very soon, I think we're actually going for it right now. But when you do, you can upgrade some of them to caretakers, and that will be effective. However, keep in mind, Agitha's buff will not apply to them if they go to caretakers because they are upgrading out of the larva cast, and her buff only applies to the larva cast of Gohma. But look at this. Look how many Gohma we have at this point. It's insane. Let's maybe try to speed things up a little bit here. But you see here, still producing all these eggs. There's so many eggs, and they're so cheap. You see, like, we're basically saying super positive. Look at this. We have about 150 larvae. I think this is where we start to mount the attack here. Yeah. Getting our larva together at about 11 minutes. This is extremely difficult to deal with as any faction right now. I see Agitha's buff applying to all the larvae in the area, so all 161 of those have the armor that Agitha gives to them. So here, let's speed things up. We're still having our queen and our hive keeper produce eggs because we've still got a lot of food here. You can try to have your because you've pretty much depleted. Okay, this is starting to lag. This strategy really makes my computer lag because of how many hive larvae there are. Let's just cut hive it down real quick. All right, so you can have your hive keeper build some farms because you have a lot of materials, as you see right here. And you've pretty much depleted all the food on your like entire half of the map. So if you want to like continue food production, you're gonna need to get some farms up. But you see here, we've got a lot of food. We can pretty much train all these eggs we can pretty much train into hive larvae at this point. You see how many of these we have? It's crazy how many we have. How many is that? 169. Wow, so strong, and they all have that armor buff due to Agitha. So let's speed things up a bit. Have them go and attack. Oh yeah, soldier larvae have the buff applied to them as well. So I just threw those soldier larvae in there as well. Look how fast they capture this building, like it's crazy. Slow it down so I can show you guys. They're just taking care of all these Zora units so fast, like it's crazy. We're still gonna produce some more and gather from, you know, the things we have back here, or just send them straight to the front, whichever you prefer. But instead of producing more and building all these eggs, you could have honestly taken a chunk out of these and turned them into caretakers, and this strategy would have been just as, if not more, effective. You see here, we've got so many of these freaking hive larvae. Look how fast they take care of this tower right here. So effective, and I have this at half speed because if I do full speed, it might make my system lag a bit. But yeah, you see here, they're destroying it so fast. See, there's so many of them, they're just completely overwhelming the Zora here. You can even try to speed this up and maybe, like, honestly, if you had 100 of these guys and just turned like half of them into caretakers, you could do this strategy in like 3 minutes earlier and it would still be super strong. But you see, we have all these hive larvae still bringing in more from the rear. It's crazy. They all have really good armor too because of Agitha. See how fast they take over this civic center. Oh, look at how fast they're taking it over. Oh my gosh. And yeah, this is game. There's not really anything the Zora player could have done. I mean, yes, this is an AI, but it's crazy how effective this strategy is. And there's not a lot that many factions can do against this. You could even speed it up to make it go by a little bit faster too if you're worried about, say, you know, like Zora Floodmasters, because, you know, around this point, most Zora players would be pumping out some Floodmasters, close to, you know, like 11 or 12 minutes when you first start this attack, and those can do a lot of damage to this because Agitha's buff only gives non-magic armor. That said, you can do this rush probably a little bit earlier with slightly less hive larvae, but it would still probably be just as effective. But you see this is this is crazy. Like it's wild. There's, what is that, like 100 and oh well, it's not telling me. I don't know why. Oh well, it was like 160, 150 hive larvae right here, just causing wreckage with Agitha, giving them the armor buff. It's insane. So I just wanted to talk about the strategy. I literally just accidentally stumbled across this when I was streaming. I was trying to like theorycraft new ways that the Gohma could play around with like mid game, or just how to deal with the Hylians as the Gohma. I was trying to like think of some new like theorycraft a little bit, and then I stumbled across this, and this is pretty good. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. So back in the Hyrule Total War days, I hated the Gohma. I just hated their aesthetic, but they've slowly been growing on me with Hyrule Conquest, especially with the way that they play. I really like it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed. I'll make some more videos like this in the future, and I'll probably do some more streams as well. I streamed a lot this weekend. I streamed like 5 hours today and then like 4 hours yesterday. Like, it was crazy. I probably won't be doing that much, but I probably will be doing weekly streams, like streaming at least once every weekend. So that'll be cool. I hope you guys really look forward to that. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.